Hello everyone, my name is Veer and this is the last part of Selenium WebDriver architecture explanation series. So without wasting the time, let's get started. So in this video, what we are going to see is we are going to see how the commands which are related to frames or iframes work internally, and how the commands that are related to alerts will work internally. So let's quickly flip to Postman, and then we'll get started from there. So let me quickly jump to a terminal, and from there, maybe I can start off. So what I'll do, first of all, I'll start the Selenium standalone server, so that we can have the required browsers which are required in order to test our things. Also, I will start Postman. So for ready reference, what I have done is, I have created uh, a sample post request in order to perform the actions required. So first and foremost, what I'm going to do is I'm trying to create a session. So it is quite straightforward command, base URL and followed by the session. Okay, so if you could see, it had started the session. Let me just do a side by side placement, so that you will see whatever the actions that we are performing. So now what I'll do, I'll navigate to a page where we have multiple iframes added. So quickly what I'll do, I'll just hit the send button again over here and see whether that particular website where multiple iframes are present, that is opened or not. Okay. Okay, so if you could see on this page, right, there is one, frame 2, frame 3 and frame 4, and inside frame 3 there is another frame. Okay, so what we'll do, you can find a frame using the, or switch to a frame using the URL where you have to pass the session ID followed by the frame, and inside the body what you have to pass is the frame ID, meaning of frame count. So if you could see, right, so index always starts with 0 in here, right? So this is the 0th frame, this is the first frame, this is the second, and this is the third. So let's say I put it 2 over here, and let's see what it gives. So if you could see, right, so it has returned you 200. Okay, so this frame, so currently I'm inside this frame. Okay, this frame also has inner frame. Okay, so if you could see, it has one frame inside it, and if I execute this now, so if you could see, it has again passed. Okay, 200. Now let's say I try to do any invalid frame over here, then it should throw me an error. So if you could see, it has returned me no such frame. So that's how you can switch to a frame, or the switch, whenever you use switch to a frame method in any of the programming language, this particular API gets called, and it will return you the result back. Okay, so this is about the frame. Now let's talk about the alerts. Okay, so for that, what I'll do, again, I'll close out this session, and then I'll start a you know from first again. So for this also, what I have done, I ready reference, I have created certain post and get request, and then I'll explain you what exactly it does. Okay, so first of all, we will create a session as we normally do. Okay, so if you could see, now the session has created. So what I'll do, I'll just keep it side by side. Oh, I made it bigger. Let me just keep those things side by side. Okay, and the second window I want is for the postman. Okay, so again, I'll keep those things side by side. Let me just keep this and this. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll open a website which has alerts. Okay, so I'll click on this send button, and if you could see, this is the to demoqa.com/alerts. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to click on this particular click me button. Okay, so for that, what I have done, again, a normal find alert button. So here I found that particular element using id and its value. Okay, so if I hit this, so this is the element id, and that element id I am using in our next command where we are clicking on element. So what it will do, once you click on this, it will open up you an alert. Okay, and from that step we'll see, you know, how alert basically works, or you know how that commands internally works. So if I click on this, right, so if you could see now, demo qa says please enter your name, a pop-up or alert has been opened over here. Okay, now the next thing, okay, how you can get the text of an alert. So basically whenever you see, when you execute a command, right, in, you know, any of the programming language to retrieve a text from an alert, so basically what internal it is doing is it is giving a session id followed by the alert and the text. Okay, so what it will basically returns you is, so if you could see, it has returned me a please enter your name. So whatever the value that has been there, right, it will return you. Okay, now what we will do, let's say you wanted to set a, a value to an alert. Let's say I'm setting a value as uh, Veer is good at automation. Okay, so the URL will remain the same, only the body will have a JSON body which says text equal to whatever the value that we set. Okay, so if I click this, right, so it has set that particular value and it has returned you 200. Okay, now uh, let's go ahead and let's try to accept that alert. Okay, first I'll show you the accept alert, and then, you know, LLC show you the dismiss alert method. So if I click on this, right, so if you could see, you know, whatever the text that we had entered into a text box, like Veer is good at automation, has been printed over here. That means we have successfully accepted that particular alert. Now again go back, you know, by, you know, clicking on the element, popping up the alert. Now let's try to set a text. Okay, the same text. Okay, and then try to dismiss an alert. Okay, so if I send it again, right, and if you could see over here, it doesn't set any text. So that's how, you know, whenever you uh, give a give give a command to, you know, operate on alerts, these kinds of API back gets called in the backend, and it will perform the action on behalf of user. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you, thanks for watching.